Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. As part of the usual, I am Cowboy S. Cowboy. Greetings and salutations, and welcome back. Thank you for checking in and liking, subscribing, commenting, all that fun YouTube stuff. But when we last left off here, we are back into our 360 world. And we are starting to explore some of the previous works that I've done. So without further ado, let's hop back into Pete's world, it was actually named after, it was built for my buddy's son. And this is all just, it was based off of the concept of a world that we all can play in. So you can go from different systems and port into my world, which was the general plan when we kicked this idea around. So this was all built for all of us to have a little fun, stuff like that. So we went over one of the roller coasters, and now we're going to go over the next one. I forgot to mention there is this underwater bunker that's right here, you can see. That's actually one of the other person's mining world they wanted to do, so we glassed it all over so they can build whatever they deem necessary. Well, we're going to hop over here. We're going to go to one of the roller coasters that was built right out of the Minecraft construction book. There is a plan for this simple mechanic. It gets the job done, goes through a bunch of stuff, and it's all integrated. And yeah, when I built this, I decided to go with it all the wood and so on and so forth to make life easier. So we have it fully functional in there. Everything is built from the ground up. All it is the fencing as a base. So here we have a power switch on here that allows us to, I think it will launch it. But yeah, no, actually that's how I designed it. So we put them on the track first, hop in the cart, and then hit the switch. And it automatically launches you. So we had a chicken cross the road. But yeah, it drops. It'll drop down, and apparently I hit the ground. Okay, then that looks like something might have to be adjusted on that track. But I'm gonna sleep and then go get my shit back. But I haven't worked on any of these tracks in probably 3 or 4 years, I want to say. So we'll have to go find out. Because there shouldn't have been a stop at that area anyways, unless something either spawned or got in the way. But we'll find out one way or the other as we head back down. And yes, my character in 360 is Gideon from Magic the Gathering. So we'll hop back down and figure out why this doesn't want to work. but I think I got all my stuff back. No, I missed an axe. Axe, shovel, fish. Power bow, sword. What hit? We hit something. Not sure what, but let me just take a moment and reorganize this stuff again. I apologize. I did not plan on dying, so that will be probably something I have to off the clock fix. So that's not supposed to happen, but it could have been just one of those things. So that goes there. I have 2 rows of that. So take the minecart and switch out there and go there. So that should essentially drop on the incline. But needless to say, you come down and you go back up through the back, one of the back doors. And it goes into wait, I think we got stuck on something, but should line up, but we might have did something to it, but we'll figure it out. Oh yeah, that was just one of the ones that was textbooked from straight from the book. Okay, so that is there, and that block goes over, so in theory that should be fine, but it might just pull up one of the angles, but we'll figure that out a different day. So then we will, and that's that one. Well, yeah, next up we'll go up to the, I call it the fight dungeon, or fight castle, because it is designed for people to fight up. I've essentially made a PvP arena up here. We'll check this one out next. And that was all based on dirt, netherite, and things. Now the ground will actually catch fire on occasion, which puts a little more interesting mechanic onto it. But yeah, it's literally a fight area. That you can come check out and fight in. A little bit of arena, battle lines, and so on and so forth. An interesting aspect, the ground will actually catch fire. So like where the trees are and shit, they will actually burn. Which is kind of interesting. Because you see, essentially we're cooking the ground below it. and we'll actually you got the netherite, and you can just see the smoke or the ground coming up. That's actually potentially setting things on fire. It comes up with an interesting concept. And if you're not careful, anything wood on here will burn, and the whole base will catch on fire. That's why we have these blocks around it, because we move all the blocks, and it will literally catch the wood on fire. Because if you look, there's two layers of dirt, and it goes right onto the netherrack. As you see, the tree is beginning to catch fire. So yeah, it's very interesting strat to have ground that catches fire. So that's why we put the blocks covering up the wood, so it doesn't catch fire. But yeah, like I said, there's netherrack. It all gets set on fire. But it's throughout the entire bottom base of this. You can walk around this entire thing. That's wood there. That's why that netherrack was there. But you get the drift. You get the gist. I just gotta find back out where I was. And we'll just jump into the water instead of trying to find out which corner there. But yeah, I flooded out each corner of the base. Yeah, so if you're battling up here, you have the potential to did I go to the wrong tree side? I probably did. But yeah, I have like the entrance gates right here. Yep, I went to the wrong gate. So I actually need to go back down. I'm gonna mark this spot so I can go put the correct netherrack back into that place where I saw the wood base at. Because that wood will catch fire. So I'm gonna be more careful with that. But yeah, we'll have enemies spawn up here as well, and we'll put like scenarios out there like, oh, the base is on fire, you have X amount of time to escape or do whatever. But yeah, so it kind of makes it an interesting area because you'll see like anything you put down inside the actual area has a potential of wood base has a potential to be caught on fire. So it's a bit interesting. Like I said, it's got 4 corners and the water to port into it. And like I said, there's kind of areas to hide and fight. And do other interesting things. Oh yeah. But like I said, more interesting things. Like I said, I was working on this many moons ago. This was I would spend 6-7 hours every night mining out this area just so I can fall asleep, because I use it for a way to get to sleep. Just playing Minecraft until I passed out, because that's how, back in the day, that's the only way I was able to sleep. So eventually my body got over it. And yeah. So next we will check out, around the corner we'll check out the Ferris, the merry-go-round. We have our tree yard right here. Nothing too fancy, but it's just there. We have our cars, our cows, our sheep, and our pigs, chickens and horses. Damn it. I escaped. Somehow we had a horse appear in here. But it's fine. Crack these eggs. But up here, besides the random cow, we have, this is getting real annoying with the refrigerator doing this thing, but we have a functional merry-go-round here. Essentially it has a power switch to light up depending on which area you want. And essentially turn on this set of power, and we just ride around like a merry-go-round. Nothing fancy. But there's no auto stop, so you have to either hit the lever or just hop out. And same thing with the internal one. So it'll have power buttons that you can turn on and turn off, but something all we can just run around on. And chase people, bounce cars up, and all that stuff. So, a little fancy, something fancy. Low tech, but yeah, as you can see, that's a big gun there. Now this one over here, we have put a glass wall up to keep all the enemies out. But this is the Excelled Mamma Jamma. Now, like I said, I haven't roamed these tracks in for quite a while, but there's a lot of tracks and work in play here. We have our switch hubs, or switch houses. Forget which way, how to get into it. Here's a doorway. We have, depending on what you want, there's a switch to switch the tracks around, if memory serves. Or if not, we'll just didn't want that. Do we have a button? I thought I swore we had a button to trigger the things. We have a button here, but what was it for? I don't remember. But needless to say, oh, that's right. That's what it was. So you hit the button and you select which way you want to go. So that's where that was. So then you would get in your cart. And away we would go. We're going to go to third person. Now let's see, can we go third person? Yeah. But yeah, a lot of these were just some random ass tracks that we decided to run together with. But this is the slow route, per se, that this will go up over the front part of the map and so on and so forth. And eventually you can go this route or you can go the other route, and it will all go to the same place. It will take you to the hook up to the big one, so you can either do like the big dropper or you can do the, I can't remember what we named this one, but we just got bored with a bunch of tracks, and then yeah, it just goes through all of it. But yeah, this goes over several hundred blocks. This covers, and it goes into another entire system. And like I said, this was all built in creative. No, I'm sorry, this was all built in Survivor. So there is no creative mods here. This is all hand-built, handcrafted. And yeah, there was no cheating or building it in creative, because I don't deem that thing that I like. I don't like it being that stuff created. So I'd rather be survival because it means more, if that's a thing. But yeah, this goes over here. You have 4 or 5 drops, and it goes up into the treetops. But yeah, we went through a lot of resources to get this done, but we're coming up to the bunny hops, the bunny hills. There's like the bunny hills that you do when you're skiing. But yeah, this track always goes all the way down to lava level, and then comes back up and goes back down again. Like I said, I spent many months and years putting these things together like this, and all eventually comes back up to the release house. Line up, and we perfectly get it done. But yeah, that's the standard route, I want to say. And now we'll go to the other, the super drop world. Super drop. It essentially just takes you up real high and drops you. track around. No. I did it again. Button come back. Yeah, so literally you can put the button on there and then you can just have somebody else trigger the button. So we're going to go to the big drop now. And it's straight. Yeah, I think it take you up to 200 and then just drops you onto the same set of tracks that you did previously. But well, like I said, there's plenty more to explore in this world, but this was just one of the pet projects I had for a couple years. Just so, like I said, to be something different, and like I said, all of this was done in survivor mode. So, took lots of time and lots of hours and lots of resources. But at the end of the day, it comes out looking fantastically. So, but all of that area's been mined was all hand done, so can't stress that enough. And I thought I would take it to the sky just because it makes sense. But all this area was all mined. The Bonnie Hops was built and the track was ran. It's hilarious when you have some of the mine carts that are like just straddled out around the area, and you'll have the zombies come in and start riding the carts and watching them do funny things and dying and other things, but that's nor here nor there. But yeah, go up and down, left and right, all the way until we come to a stop. So and we come back to base and to the housing. So, but that will do it for this episode. You've seen a couple of the other works. Like I said, I have 4 or 5 extra worlds that I've built. Some have switch hubs, some have some other fancy stuff. But yeah, it looks weird from if you get the sky view of this stuff there. Like if you crawl up to the very top and then just look down, it looks very weird and interesting. But we've done like skylights for things to fall in and so on and so forth. But that's going to do it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you again for coming out, liking, subscribing, and channeling, all that fun jazz. But until next time, this is... that's class. This is Cobble S. Cobble saying, have a good night, and we shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.